Okay, Facebook. I think we are back, and we are going to try this again. We tried to go live on Instagram, and there was a bit of an issue because we had a big tornado here yesterday, and I have lost internet service, so I'm having to use my phone and hotspot and things like that. So we're just going to try this again, okay? So today we are discussing what is happening mentally and emotionally when we are caring too much what other people are thinking and feeling about us. Meaning um, we've gone beyond, we're obsessing about it. Like it is bothering us. It is taking us down to some really low places and is controlling how we feel emotionally. Meaning we're kind of giving our power away, basically, is what we're doing. So, thank you for joining me for lunch. If you're new here, we have lunch together every Friday and we talk about different tools that can help you with your mind to help cope with different things going on in your life, to maintain more emotional stability, to feel better mentally, to feel better spiritually. And I just give you some helpful tools to help you do that. And we use the analogy of the tidy mind process so that you can understand what is going on, because all of this mind stuff, all of this psychology, all of this, um, the stuff that we do to try to help ourselves, especially if you're trying to do a lot of self-help, it can be overwhelming and it can be confusing. And I want to give you just really easy to use tools to help you first see what's happening, to understand yourself in a new way, and then to be able to release those things, to move away from those things, to stop letting those things have control over how you feel so that you can feel better more of the time. That's the whole point. Okay. And so today we're talking about something that a lot of us do, especially if you're more on that empath side. I've talked to you guys about in relationships, there's this spectrum, and we kind of fall somewhere along this line of either overconfident, can never do anything wrong, don't know how to think about anybody but ourselves. It's always someone else's fault, can't take responsibility for anything. Or the other side of the extreme, which we call kind of the empath, we call this side, goes into some narcissistic stuff. We call this side the empath. Um, Very in touch with the feelings of others, maybe to the extreme where you can't even tell what you're feeling and what they're feeling. You can, if you get too far on this end of the scale, you can become the doormats, the people pleasers, the all those things that are not healthy. They're not healthy habits for you to get into. What our goal is to move into the center here. We don't want to be overly confident, but we also don't want to be doormats, right? Like we want to move into the center and have the balanced relationship in our people room. And again, if you're new to the tidy mind process, we break your mind down into rooms of the house. We have your people room, that's your current everyday life situations, that is your life school. That's life school that you're going through right there. And then you have your basement, your past room, and that's just talking about things of the past. Is where we store our more all that stuff in our subconscious that needs reprogramming. We're not going to use that language because as soon as we do, it's like, I can't do it. I cannot. I don't even, if you start talking like that, I'm not going to be able to find what needs reprogramming. I'm not going to be able to reprogram it. So I'm not even going to use the language. But I want you to know, if you hang out with me, we are going to be reprogramming. We're just not going to call it that, okay? Because we're going to bypass your mind and that resistance and that I can't do this language that it does. So then you got the future room. That's, you're worrying about future things and what could happen and what ifs and what if this and what if that. And so we break it all down and see what your mental habits and your mental tendencies are. And today we're talking about the mental habit, and it is a habit, and the tendency of caring too much what other people think. And who could this impact, basically? Um, Anybody. Like anybody can fall into this category. It doesn't matter what age you're in, whether you're in a relationship, not in a relationship. Those who are in relationships and are caring what their intimate partner thinks too much, or maybe you just started dating, or this is new, that can take you in some really deep, dark, and monitoring every behavior change and you're processing, you're obsessing. And let's talk about it today. Let's talk about what is happening mentally and emotionally when you're doing that. How to basically take your power back and also power up and not go down into those low places where you feel like you are at their mercy to convince you, to save you out of this place that you've put yourself in, to save you from yourself, from your own mind and your low beliefs, your low self-worth, your feelings of inadequacy, your feelings of not good enough, your feelings of not wanted, not loved. So let's look at it, okay? So the first thing that we're going to talk about is, hey, Kristen, it's good to see you too. I don't know who all I've got here, but you're definitely welcome to put in comments, and I'll check it every now and then. The first thing that we're going to talk about, three things can be happening, and I kind of break it down into three levels of, it's all caring what people think, but we kind of get down into these levels. The first thing that is happening is you have elevated the other person, meaning you think maybe you admire something about them, you respect something about them, and you have put them on a pedestal, meaning their value and their worth is higher than yours. And then when you do that, what they say to you about you, what they think about you, holds a lot of weight in your mind. Why? Because you've given them a lot of power through this elevation, through putting them on this pedestal. You have elevated them to a place where they are now on the judges panel of your life, meaning what they say, what they think, their opinions, that matters to you more than yours and God's opinion of you. And that is a dangerous place to be, because that goes straight in, like when you're that open, when you've given them that much power, when you're that susceptible to their opinion, they can do and say, I mean, you've given them a wide open door straight to your inner child. And they can hurt you severely. Like they can cause a lot of damage. So, and a lot of times we can give this power to those overconfident people because maybe we lack confidence. We don't really trust ourselves yet and what we think and how we feel, and we're kind of on this weaker end of the scale. And you'll find somebody over here that is just sounds like they always know what they're talking about, and they never doubt themselves, and they're super confident. And they're more of the narcissist side of things. And if you put them up on that pedestal, that is the most dangerous person to give that power to, because then, they can say some really, really manipulative and hard. You've opened the door to incredible mental abuse. Incredible. So I want you to take an inventory right now of anybody that you have up here. I don't care who it is. It could be a parent. It could be a teacher. It could be somebody that you work with. It could be a friend. It could be, think about it. Sit down, get a piece of paper, write a list of those you respect and admire. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with respecting and admiring people, because there's not. Okay? There's not. Like that's nice. That's nice that you think highly of them. You just cannot think more highly of them and then lower yourself and think really bad about yourself. You got to at least think highly of yourself too. Like, you've got to at least be able to, they're not better than you. They just have, they just have different qualities that you respect and that you admire. They're not, more than you. They're not more important than you. They're not more whatever. They're just different, and you respect that about them. That's okay. That's healthy. But when you lower yourself and you trust them and their opinions and their thoughts and their words more than your own, and you empaths, you're in danger here. We got to power up. We got to get stronger. Then you're in danger. So make your list, take some time, and do a little work on saying, you know what, I need to make this a healthy admiration. This can't be the kind of admiration that I have had where, they're better than me, and so therefore what they say means more. You kind of making them your God then. Like, you and God need to decide what you feel and think about you, not, and when I say God, I mean the God of your understanding, not what another person's mind. You are putting your well-being in the hands of another person's mind that is subject to change at any time, can go through all kinds of craziness, can have a big ego, can want to keep you low. When someone's on this, they're needed to have that addiction to control. They need to keep you. They see that you've lowered yourself, and they like it. They like it a lot. And they will do and say anything. They're not going to bring you back up here they're not going to encourage you and support you and say, no, don't think that about yourself. We're the same. They're not ever going to say that to you. No, they're going to say little things that if they see you start to even rise up just a little bit and even think you're on the same level as them, they'll make sure that you know that you're not. They'll say little things that put you down, that make you doubt yourself, that make you question yourself. Make your list. Let's cut that right now, okay? Like, take people off of pedestals right now. Oh, good, Tracy. Tracy was probably watching me on Instagram, and Instagram is struggling a bit. So I'm glad this is working, and I will post this replay for the Instagram people too. So now, second thing that can happen, all right, is you put these people on the pedestals. Second thing is you've got kind of a shaky belief about yourself, meaning there's something you want to be, and you value this quality, whether it be a hard worker, a nice person, a kind person, a giving person, a loving person, a good mother, a good employee. You want that identity, and that identity means so much to you that you are killing yourself to prove it. Meaning, if you actually just believed it about yourself, you wouldn't be killing yourself to prove it to people. There would be no point trying to prove it to you. You know that you are. If you know that you are, you're free then. You're free to live your life and spend your energy how you want to spend it. If you don't know it for yourself, you are going to be looking for validation from everybody else, meaning you care what they think. You're looking for their validation, their reaction, their response to what you're doing to solidify that belief that is shaky in you. Just go ahead and believe it. Just go ahead and know it, and then get your life back. I know a lot of you diplomats out there, especially in guardians. Oh my God. Breaking your back to prove what a hard worker you are, how responsible you are, how generous you are, killing yourself. Like, you don't even have time to have an actual life that you might want to have because you're too being, this is people pleasing over here. You fall into these people pleasing habits when you do this. Oh, you're Jersey Shore girl, Tracy. I didn't even know your real name. Wow. Oh, yay. Okay, JSG is here in the house. So anyway, you diplomats, you're breaking your back, trying to prove, trying to get that reaction, trying to get that validation. And when you don't get it, when they won't back you up, when they won't give you that appreciation, when they won't give you the whatever reaction you're wanting out of your giving, out of your hard work, out of your labor, out of you're spending your life trying to prove something. Do you realize that? Like wherever you spend your time and your energy, you're spending your life. Your life. Like this is your whole life. And you're spending it trying to prove something that all you need to do is just know it about yourself. If you and God know it, I know what I would do and what I wouldn't do. I know what kind of person I am. I know I'm a hard worker. I know I'm responsible. I know I'm kind. I know I'm loving. I know I'm all those qualities that I really want to be. I know I am. I know I am. I don't have the doubt. If you've got the doubt, it's the doubt that pulls you down. It's the doubt that steals your time and energy. It's the doubt, because when you have the doubt, now you have to go out and prove something. Prove it to other people. Prove it to yourself. And you can't prove it to yourself unless they give you the reaction, which means, once again, you are putting the power over how you feel into the hands of another person. Dangerous. Now, you've put your self-worth in somebody else's hands. Not a good idea, guys. Not a good idea. I do it. All right. Now we're going to talk about the third thing. And this goes into probably more, this is going to hit deeper. All right. The level we just talked about can build a lot of feelings of resentment, a lot of feelings of I'm just done wrong. Nobody loves me and appreciates me, and I do all this stuff for them and they never even say thank you, and I put out all this time and energy on this relationship and they just don't give nothing back. You're trying to prove something and they're not giving you the reaction. You're trying to prove you're a good friend, you're a good partner, you're a good whatever. They're not giving you the reaction back that says, oh my God, you are the best. You are the best. Maybe they do sometimes. Maybe they do. But because you don't believe it, you constantly need that reinforced. I mean, it's a never ending, it's a bottomless pit that you constantly need to be validated all the time because you don't believe it for yourself. Like you've not come to the point where you've accepted that about yourself. You say that about yourself. You embrace that internally, mentally, and emotionally. You embrace it. You know it. You don't need validated. You don't need somebody else to give it to you. And when people feel that you have that, you don't even know what's going on, but I'm telling you now, and I hope a lot of you are getting this now, like you got a doubt, and you're trying to get someone else to soothe that doubt. Just get rid of the doubt. Get rid of the doubt. Have a knowing. Replace it with a knowing. That's what your people room's trying to tell you. You got a doubt in there. And it's ruining your life. It's running your life. It's causing you to spend all this time on energy on things that you don't want to spend it on. And then you get resentful because you've spent it all and you didn't want to spend it doing all that stuff, but you did because you got this doubt, and what you wanted out of it, your reward was, oh my God, you are the best person. Oh my God. And you know what? That feels good. Maybe they give it to you. Maybe they actually do give it to you. And it feels good for all about 3 minutes. And then off you go again. I'm telling you, it's like it just doesn't last long. Like that validation, it's like, yeah, I am. And then here comes the doubt again, right? Am I right or wrong? Or tell me. Like, y'all, you've been here, right? You've been here and done that. And then that resentment builds. So one way of getting rid of the resentment is just this. It's with the understanding of what's going on. You're wanting them to make you feel, to manage your emotional state, to make you feel a certain way. And this isn't even about them. This is about you and a doubt you have about yourself that you constantly need validated. And you're wanting them to rescue you from your own feelings of doubt. And that's not their job. You can resent them and hate them and blame them all you want, but that's a big job. I mean, managing your own emotions is a big job, but trying to manage the emotions and keep somebody else feeling good all the time by constant validation, oh my God, that will drive you insane because you got your own life going on. You may be on the other end of that. And you may be like, oh God, now I've got to sit here and praise them for a while because they're going to get all upset if I don't. I got to give them this. I know I do, because they're going to get mad at me if I don't appreciate it or if I don't. And I've played that game, and it's like it's never enough. Like, because it's not about you and it's not about your validation, because your validation, yes, it feels good for the moment. It feels good in that moment, but then they're going to need more. They're always going to need more until you're going to need more, and you're going to need somebody else to back you up and to reinforce, what you want to believe about yourself until you believe it, until you absolutely 1000% without a doubt accept about yourself that, yeah, you're a hard worker. I mean, how much proof do you need? How much do you need to break your back for other people? How much people pleasing do you need to do before you actually just accept it about yourself? Yeah, you are the hardest worker I know. You are the most kind, most giving, most generous, most thoughtful. That's another one. People want to be known as thoughtful. I'm thoughtful. I'm a good friend. Yeah, you are. You are. Know that for yourself and free your time. Free yourself up from having to people please and having to prove it to everybody else. Now, let's go into the level 3. Level 3 is for you guys who may be in those more intimate relationships, or you've got this hits harder. This hits your lower childhood beliefs of feeling unloved and unwanted and um, unworthy or unnoticed or unseen or unheard. These are more of your basic needs. This isn't about, oh, I want to be seen as outstanding individual and be seen for my good qualities. This is about, I don't believe I'm wanted. I don't believe I'm loved. So you get into relationships then, and especially your intimate relationships. And it could be like someone new, someone that you're dating, it could be even somebody that you've been married to a long time. And you have these deep core pains, these deep core doubts. I'm saying this isn't it. All these cause pain. The pedestal, the wanting to have the validation of the identity that you're wanting to believe about yourself, and these deep core pains. Like, they all cause pain, but this one down here on the bottom can make you miserable and can really make you obsess, can make you assign meaning to things, and any little inconsistency in behavior change can set this off. And you sabotage relationships and you feel it about yourself. It's such a neediness, and you're like, I don't want to be this. I don't want to be insecure. I don't want people to see me as needy. I don't want to be around people who are like that, and I don't want to be like that. But there's something in you, this deep core pain that hasn't been healed, that you don't know about yourself yet, that when you get into these relationships, and if you've got, like maybe they talk to you a lot one day and then they don't even talk to you the whole day the next day, it will trigger this, and you'll be like, uh-oh, something's wrong. A lot of this goes into attachment styles. I'm not going to talk about that because sometimes I think that it kind of gets over you just feel like, oh, I'm never going to understand this, and I like to speak in plain language. But you can have like an anxious attachment style. It's just all that is, basic core, seen, heard, wanted, safe, not met. Whether you had inconsistencies in your parenting, maybe you had an emotionally unavailable parent, Maybe you had one parent that was around and one parent wasn't. Like lots of different factors. You could have had the best parents in the world with the best intentions, but just weren't consistent with the way they showed love or how much they showed love. Maybe you're one of these health types that needs more physical interaction, more physical attention, more physical care than others. And there are some of us who need more affection, more physical affection than others that sit on the other end of the scale who are more independent. And I don't need all that touchy-feely stuff. Like even as kids, they don't. So, and you may have been raised by parents who weren't the touchy-feely kind, and here you are, you need all this affection and holding, and you didn't get that. Lots of things can cause it, okay? But on this third level of caring what other people think, it feels like life or death. Like, it's not just like, oh, I'd really like you to appreciate me. It's not that. It's like, if you don't want me, I don't want to be here. I just don't, if you don't love me, I don't want to be on the planet. Like it's that, it feels so desperate and so life and death. I did a video. It was like a presentation video. It's under the lessons tab on Instagram. I've also posted it on Facebook. It's everywhere. It's called Empath Lesson 1. If you're resonating with what I'm talking about right now, I encourage you to go look at that one. Go because it talks about how you are going into, you're kind of letting your mind, their behavior triggered it, but your mind and its dialogue, it's you're not enough, you're not, nobody wants you around. It's really disempowering dialogue. I mean, really takes you down. It's not powering you up. It's not building you up. It's not pulling you out of that dark place. Your mind and your dialogue pushes you down into that dark place. There's other healing that can happen that can help solidify this, but the tool that I want to give you today is that when that starts to be triggered and your mind starts pointing out, oh gosh, it starts getting scared, it starts freaking out because maybe there's an inconsistency of behavior, maybe they say something or do something that kind of like sets off warning bells in your head. You don't really trust yourself yet. You make this about you not being wanted, you not being loved, instead of, hey, it might be something they're going through, it might be something about them. You may not need to be with them anyway. You're not there yet. You're not there at that strong level enough to see that. You kind of go into this I'm a victim mode. Then what you get desperate because what you're wanting to happen is you want the other person who triggered it, their behavior triggered it, you want them to change their behavior and then convince you, you want them to come down and rescue you out of this hole that your mind took you to. Their behavior triggered it, but your mind took you there. You want them to say that, oh, it's more than just say thank you. Like that's, yeah, the validation, that's nice. No, you want them to come, spend hours convincing you, oh no, you are so wanted. You are the best thing that's ever happened to me. You are so loved. And you're like, okay. And you start to feel a little better, but you still don't really believe it. It's still not sinking in because you've got some deeper wounds. You've got some deeper core wounds. So you don't just care what other people think. You obsess. Your mind obsesses trying to figure out. Then you start trying to change your behavior. Well, what can I do? You start playing mind games. Well, what can I do to get that? What can I do to be more wanted? Do I need to dress like this, or do I need to look like this? I need to get my hair cut. Like, what do I need? You're just desperate. You're scrambling. Desperate people do desperate actions. Like your behavior starts to get involved. Thank you, JSG. Empath lesson 1, yes. Your behavior then changes to try to change their behavior. You're trying to get you're trying to get some relief from how you feel, from what your mind is saying about you. You can end the suffering right now by grabbing hold of some better dialogue. First, you have to be aware of the trigger. You put yourself on low place alert. If you watch the video, I talk about low place alert. Put yourself on low place alert. I'm about to go to a really low place. I can feel it. I can feel it. I'm about to go into those really deep core wounds of not being seen, heard, wanted, or loved, or safe. I'm about to go there. My mind is about to take me there and tell me how, something's wrong with me. No one can love me. It's about to do all that stuff. I got to grab hold of some better sentences, and I need to do it quick. You change your habit of letting your mind take you down even lower because it's noticing some red flags. Don't go lower. Notice it. Put yourself on low place alert. Don't start listening to country music. Don't start listening to all those love songs. Don't start watching a sappy movie. Don't stop. You're in emotional danger right now. Like you're in a place that if you go any deeper, it's going to be super hard to get yourself out of. So stop it right there and say, I am lovable. Of course I'm lovable. Of course I'm wanted. I am fun to be around. I'm actually a really awesome person. You got to start saying these things to yourself instead of wanting, letting your mind say, yeah, I knew it. They're talking to somebody else because you're not fun. You're probably too needy. You've probably messed this up because you said this and this, or you texted too much, or you wanted too much, or you asked for too much, or you spoke your mind too much. I mean, it will start attacking you, criticizing you for your actions and behaviors in the relationship. And once it starts doing that, once it takes you down, you're going to suffer bad, okay? And you're just going to feel bad, and you're going to want to feel better, and you're going to want the other person to make you feel better. And that's just like the self-fulfilling prophecy. Then you do become that needy. That neediness comes out, and they feel it, and they run the other way because it's like it's too much, it's too heavy. And then you're embarrassed, and then you're ashamed of yourself, and then it's just this whole cycle of feeling bad that you don't want to get in. So I'm telling you to stop it right here before it takes you down any lower. Once you notice the red flags, start to pump yourself up, power yourself up. Don't let your mind, you get to choose what your mind tells you. You do. If you have awareness, if you catch it, you get to choose. Say, no, 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 no. I am an amazing person. I am a good person. I am fun to be around. You got to start running those programs, and guess what's going to happen? Your behaviors then are going to follow that line of thinking instead of following you're needy, you're just too much, you're just too this, you're just too that. If you start listening to that program, your behaviors are going to follow that, and you're going to be that. If you start telling yourself, I'm a fun person, your behaviors are immediately going to change. You're going to become lighter. Your mood's going to feel better. You're going to stop worrying about what they think, and you're just going to become the fun person that you actually are. Okay? All right. So maybe in another lunchtime live, we talk about those core basic needs and how we can just start to, let's just wipe the slate clean of all the damage that has happened, just like these tornadoes that came out here yesterday. FEMA comes out and they just clear it, and then you rebuild. And I think a lot of us, including myself, need to take those deep core wounds of not seen, not heard, not wanted, not safe, and all the things we decided about ourselves, and all the dialogue that went with it, and all the behaviors that followed it. Wipe it out. Wipe it out. Clean it out. Clean slate. Not going to do that anymore. Don't want it in my life. Now let's rebuild. Let's rebuild on some solid words. I'm going to leave you with this. There was my friend Linda, who is my coach. She sent me this meme, and it was talked about your words and how important it is to choose good words. And it said, why do you think they call it spelling? Because it's like casting a spell for yourself. You're spelling. When you're using words, you're spelling. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. So we need to cast some better words. We need to place a better spell over our behaviors so that we can be who we want to be to the world. So we're not, feeling embarrassed or ashamed about our behaviors. The only reason you had those behaviors is because you had those thoughts first. Okay? I hope this helps you. Thank you so much for joining me for Lunchtime Live. I'm so sorry for all the technical difficulties that I had last week and this week. This is Angie Johnsey, your Tidy Mind Coach, and I'll see you back here next Friday. Bye. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everybody who joined me here on Facebook. I'm so sorry. Everybody that was on Instagram couldn't hear me or see me, but I'm going to post this replay, and I hope that you're able to get something good from this information. See y'all next Friday. You're welcome, Beverly and Ann and Tracy, who is also known as JSG, and Christy and Kristen. So good to see you again, and later. See y'all next week.